What's going on, college football fans? It is Saturday morning. We're just coming up from the Miami loss to Louisville last night. I got a game here in a few hours, but decided to watch a little tape on Carson to see what went wrong last night. Figured I'd get one of these QB reviews out early Saturday morning. So appreciate every y'all watching, liking, subscribing, all that great stuff. Hope everyone has an excellent Saturday of watching college football. And we'll have more, obviously, of these throughout the week, along with our recap show either tonight, tomorrow morning. So hit that like, hit that subscribe so you stay in tune with all of that. Let's dive into the tape because there is so much good. And I know y'all are going to say, oh, it's just because you love Carson Beck. I do love Carson. I think he's a great quarterback. There were some mistakes, and we're going to get into mistakes, but there's a lot of very excellent tape. This is one of those games where it feels bad, obviously, but you watch the tape and you said, "Man, there's so much." Like I said, there's so much good. It's not as bad as maybe it felt, but you got to clean up the mistakes. You cannot turn the ball over. So we'll get into those interceptions along with some of the good stuff. So first play of the game, we're gonna get a seam with some sort of flat control. We're gonna get corner, and we're gonna just get your basic stick concept. So really, you can work backside to this seam flat versus single high. And if it's too high, though, you're going to work. You see Carson's eyes? His eyes are working here. As soon as he knows, hey, it's too high safeties, he's now working to the front side. So he's going to work stick to flat. And I think this corner may be just an alert versus man to Tony. So he works front side. He sees expansion. Now he knows that he's just going to rip this stick route. Does a good job sitting, presenting numbers, balls on time, and you get a completion on the first play of the game. So really, really like the nice start there. And that's what he's good at, man. Just get the ball out quick, quick, balls out, balls out. That's what he made his bread and butter at Georgia. Like this game, he was pressing, trying to make a couple plays down the field and kind of bit him in the butt, obviously, with some picks. All right. They're gonna run this play a couple times this game, especially into the boundary. So it's gonna fake pitch. So they're gonna fake pitch it this way, and they end up gonna get it vertical routes on the outside. So you're gonna get vertical in the seam. You're gonna get vertical. Oh, actually, this one's the vertical. Let's see. Let's play it out. I think Tony may be trying to get across the field. Yeah. So Tony's trying to get across. You got the other vertical here, and then he's your outlet as your number, your last read, excuse me. And obviously, we love this first single high. This is what you want it for. It looks like two. They're presenting two. Safety comes down. So now really you're reading this high safety. You would love for number 10 to affect him across his face. He kind of gets jammed up, but still there's plenty of space right now to get this ball up the seam, and you use that kind of fake action to get those second level defenders up. That way you're able to get the ball up and over their heads. I think Carson does an excellent job getting this ball one hitch, up and over, and you see that he gets it up and over, but with pace. It's not a lollipop. It's not a rocket, but it's up and over with some pace where that guy can catch it. He's not going to get blasted. Has an opportunity to get some yards after the catch as well. So really nice job. We'll get the back view of this so you can see it from that vantage point. Big pump, love where his eyes are, knows it's single high, and the ball's out. Out. Love the pace. Love the pace of that football. All right, inside fade to Tony, little underthrown. You usually I don't love it when it looks like this to the field. So I would love it if you knew or if one of these guys were pressed. I don't care which one. But right here we're gonna get some sort of hitch with the fade. And I think Carson knew it was man because it looks like man up here. Like this looks like man. It's single high. You got press up top. You got 2 over 2, and I think they're kind of obviously afraid of Tony's speed a little bit, so they're not going to press him to the field because they do run this route concept. But you're just worried that hey, do they switch? Does he continue to fade off? Which if he does, then obviously you throw your hitch route. If he does, so you got to make sure you have to confirm that he gets on him and he's sticking on him. But where you say like I like this versus press because if you win off the line of scrimmage, it's gone. But you also like this inside fade of off coverage too because you can really step on his toes. So if he's in a catch technique where this cornerback's trying to catch the receivers, you step on his toes and then you're able to beat him that way. So like I said, it can win press or off. I just don't tend to like it when you have both guys off here. But like I said, you're kind of banking on the fact that it's man based on what the other side of the field looks like with double press. Like right now, you may just throw this football. Like you don't know. This guy could back up. If he can continue to sink. To me, I'm taking this right now, take completion, see what he can do with the ball in his hands afterwards. Carson doesn't. He trusts it. You see Tony step on toes. You have all that width right now because it's an inside fade, and I think that ball's thrown further. It's an opportunity for a touchdown. So, kind of the theme of the game a little bit is some underthrown shots down the field for Carson, got him in trouble. This time it didn't. Still accurate enough of a football, but still could have been out there a little bit further. All right, 4 running routes. What I call a running route, just an 8-yard stop. You're gonna get on both sides. Essentially, just pick a side down to your running back. This ball is just great timing, gets it out there. So you're gonna get lock, run it, lock, run it, lock, run it, lock, run it, and then running back check down. So it's just a bunch of stop routes. And you just pick a side, you work outside in versus single high. If the flat defender flies out, then you work inside back to the running back. If he settles, you work obviously your number one to the boundary all the way outside. So look at bam, ball. Look at this. The ball is already, it's about to come out, and the receiver's just getting to the top of the route. He's inside enough, but say he got out there, then you check it down. You just work 1, 2 from outside in, 1, 2 to the running back. Bam. I mean, look at that timing. That timing's sweet. A lot of good stuff in this film from Carson as always, just the bad is bad. Corner to go, and this is bad. We're gonna get a little corner and go from Tony in the slot here. This is the big pick. Could he have completed it? Could have been further down the field? 100%. It definitely could have. You're gonna get this. The problem is you're gonna get a Tampa 2 look essentially. So he's here. You're trying to affect him obviously with this go route on the backside. And then you got this middle safety. Like, I would say that, I wouldn't have been as upset with the decision if you didn't have this defender in the middle of the field. And it's not like it's a linebacker. That looks like more of like a DB body. So not only do you have to beat him, you got to beat him. And then obviously this guy's the one that made the play. But still, like as I'm looking right now down the field, I see a guy in the middle and I see a safety that's not really off the hash. Just this is one where Carson's been so good in his career, just finding the check down. Here's a check down, here's a check down. Just take completion. I think he's trying to press this one. And like I said, I mean, could he have completed it? Maybe. Maybe if this ball's thrown down, maybe this ball's thrown right here, it's a completion, or maybe it's just a deflection and not an interception. Um, but it's a hell of a play defensively, no doubt about it. Hell of a play. I just think that when I look up and I see, this Tampa look and that guy's way down the field in the middle, plus the safety, it's just there's a lot of bodies. This ball had to be perfect. Is he capable of throwing a perfect pass on the field like that? Yes, he is, but just check it down, man. That's a hell of a play, though. Hell of a play. You're not worried about that backside safety getting over there. Alright, sail concept to the field. Really love the pocket awareness, moving up in the pocket on this next one, and then being just an athlete, ripping it out to your check down. So nothing super nothing super special here. Just more of just love his feet, love the arm angle and ability to get this ball off. Wi-Fi in the hotel, not gonna be great. All right, here we go. So we're gonna get your sail route, and then your flat. You're just high-lowing this defender. He gets depth. So initially he comes down. So you're like, okay, I got the sail route. And that's when they like to bait you, these DBs. They think they're sneaky, sneaky. He's gonna bait you and then come off of it because these guys know route concepts. They know what you're trying to do. He comes off of it, Carson sees it, and look at that, throwing off platform. Watch Carson. Beautiful job off platform, stepping up in the pocket, being able to locate that flat defender and said, you ain't gonna get me, and then throwing out there for a first down completion on a check down. Really nicely done. All right, corner did not bite on this next one. This is the stutter and go. Another one, the corner stayed on top. Ball's underthrown one, again. I think that's a theme. Stutter and go while outside, one on one, and you just didn't get it. Sometimes you're hoping these guys get a little jumpy. He didn't get jumpy. Nice job. Stays on top. To me, then let's just find our check down. Well, listen, he throws it out there, gives the guy an opportunity, but just throw it out there. You throw this out there and more towards the sideline, it's not an interception. It's more of a true 50-50 ball for your guy to make a play on it. So, I think it's these decisions are not awful. It's just it's not the best decision with not a great football. And then you give the defense an opportunity to make a play. This is just a basic one, then we'll run through this one real quick. Just love how fast he gets the ball. I think he's switched up, I believe, this year to right foot back. I don't know if he's always been right foot back in the gun, but just the quickness in which he gets the ball out of his hands to these screens allows Tony to catch it. The offensive line gets in front. They're able to make some massive blocks down the field, and you get an explosive play. But just watch his feet throwing this quick screen. Bam, ball's out. And all of a sudden, you got all that space with one of the best athletes in the country, really talented offensive lineman, and then a 7-yard pass turns into a play that gets you inside the 10-yard line. So just love the quickness of his feet in the pocket and arm, catch, turn to, throw it, and he throws those with accuracy. Really good job there. Ooh, had a touchdown here. Had a touchdown. This is a sweet play. Sweet play, and doesn't see it. I don't know why. He should be working front side the whole time. So let's get to the start of the play. So this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get here. He's gonna kind of come around and then bend it, and then you get a 5-yard out. So in the red zone, if you could single up your tight end backside, then yeah, work that. But as soon as his safety shows me some sort of two, I'm off of this side of the field. I'm off of it. I don't got enough offensive bodies to work that side. So I'm working. Does he pop to the middle to number two to check down? And look at Tony get open. So I'm going one. All right, he takes him away. Now let me get to two to three. Bam. One's taken. Look at two. Wide open. Hell, three wide open. I think this is one he kind of just he rushed out of there, rushed through his reads, and ends up getting tackled. So let's run that back from the start just so y'all can see it. One inside, two. So one no, two, bam, three. Had them both. One for a touchdown, one for another catch, possible touchdown if he's able to get it afterwards. One of the I would say few missed reads, like didn't see it. I don't think he just, like I said, rushed through his progression a little bit there. This is actually fun. I brought this pressure up. We were talking about this pressure yesterday in my coaches' meetings. I had the TCU Baylor game today, and you're seeing a lot of this field pressure nowadays where it's not usually when I had field pressure back in the day, it was single high coverage. So you'd bring pressure, you'd have single high, and you had your hots. Well, now they're going to bring field pressure, but it's not one high safety. It's going to end up being he's at safety. He becomes a new safety, so it's two high safeties, and then he's the backside corner. So they still are able to rotate to a shell two high safety look, even though they're bringing two to the field. Usually, you bring two to the field, you get him. He's single. He's single. He's single. And then you have obviously your flat control, flat control. or he'd be hook and he'd be flat. But it'd be more of a single high shell or single high look, not a too high shell. But, they bring the pressure, still get to a too high look. Carson sees it, throws the hitch backside, um, just better ball. This was more just to talk about what they're doing defensively than anything else, but still think he could have brought a better football to get 2 or 3 more yards out of it. Alright, 4 verts with outside stops. Nice job working backside. Also really good job with the pocket movement as well. You're just gonna read that backside safety. If you feel like that guy's cheating at all to the 3 corners or the 3 receivers to the field, so this guy right here, eyes on him. He stays backside, you have, 3 receivers to the field. If he works at all this direction, you got one-on-one backside. So keep an eye on him. He starts to work a little bit. You see his eyes are eyeing up number 3. You now got one-on-one backside. Let's go back. So now we know we got one-on-one backside. Watch Carson's footwork here. Play action, feels it, little step, and then throws it. Would have loved a little bit of a better football, but still, man, nice job. Just that subtle slide back. That's like drill work, man. We work those drills all the time. Quarterback coach runs up. You take a step back. You keep your feet where you need to keep them, and then you throw the football. Eyes up, feel it, feel it, feel it. Bam. Nice job. All right. Mesh and the ball's there. On this one, it just gets tipped. So your mesh concepts, you're trying to get some crossing routes, trying to get a pick, expecting maybe man to man here in this 3rd and 7 situation. Defense doesn't want to give up an easy completion. And I don't know if it's man or not, but they had it, still popped open. Look at this. I love this from the receivers. Watch the receivers as they cross. They're actually going to clap hands. They're probably taught this, like, hey, y'all need to be so close together that you clap hands. So it's cross, cross here. And watch these guys. They're gonna slap hands, slap hands. Oh, and it's there. It's there. It's there. They had it. Ball gets tipped. I sprint out to take a shot on the corner post. Ends up having Tony come open on this wheel route too. We'll get to it. Um, I think he felt a little pressure on the sprint out. I think he could have continued to move in that direction and had an opportunity to hit Tony down the field for probably what would have been a touchdown. Unfortunately for them. So we're gonna get the sprint out. We're gonna get boom, boom. It's kind of like a sprint out. He's gonna set up, and Tony's gonna run this little out and up, kind of late. So you want to sprint out to take a shot. You see, he's gonna set up. You're hoping this corner gets way off the hash where you get bam to bam. He doesn't. I mean, he's so deep. But look at Tony. The caboose is trailing. The caboose is trailing. So like as soon as I see this guy here, I'm trying. Where's my number 2? I think he gets a little bit spooked. Let's back it up a little bit. Still think like this guy's logged. Keep moving this way if you know that that's your number 2 guy. So missed opportunity there on Tony. He saw those safeties high. They're out of there. Where's my number 2 guy? Throw it on that wheel route. Could have been a massive play. All right, mesh again. This time, take either one for a completion. He's trying to force down the field. 3rd and 11. I know you don't think like, oh, these meshes are going to get a first down. Hey, listen, the coach is calling it for a reason. If those are there, they're your first read. You need to throw them for the completion and then see what those guys can do. Good. You're getting your meshes here. Those are your first reads. Green grass. I'm throwing my mesh. You can throw it to him for a completion. You can throw it to him and he makes one guy miss. It's a first down. I mean, he catches this right now with speed. There's an opportunity for a first down. Instead, we're trying to throw into bodies. Said like the good was really good, and then the bad was just head scratching mistakes from Carson. Like he knows not to force the ball in the middle of the field like that. You take your completion. If they're able to tackle you, then you punt it away. But you cannot. If the coach calls mesh, run mesh. I Another one that I'm just shocked with the decision here. It's fourth and four. Excuse me, 4th and 4, and you're gonna run some sort of dig with a check down here to the 3-man side into the boundary. Looks like man, smells like man, 100%. So you're not thinking the check downs there. You're thinking I'm gonna work this dig. So we're gonna get, I mean, it's like a clear out dig, and he's just kinda like a check down. But you still got a high low. It's 4th and 4. You need 4 yards to get the first down. He looks backside, real quickly, like, you ain't working this single route. You got this defender, safeties over there. So, like, I mean, Tony's doing his job. He's taking 3 defenders to this side. Now, all of a sudden, you have 3 for 3. Can I find a completion? Can I get a first down? When I come back to the dig, so this dig route, bam to bam, this defender's just sitting here. I don't know if it's a bust defensively, if they're playing man up top and zone down here into the boundary, but whatever it is, like that's still my read. So I think this was predetermined. It's man, I'm gonna throw the dig route, based off of this low hole player. So I'm thinking, okay, eyes, I move him here, and I'm gonna come back and throw the dig. But still, you have to be able to get your eyes back to the dig area and see that there's a dropping player. I can't just force this football. Where's my check down? So once again, like you get to line of scrimmage, hey, it looks like man, smells like man, it is man. I move this low hole player this way to come back and throw the dig. I come back to throw the dig. Oh no, there's a player here. Where's my check down? Bam, first down. And maybe it happened so fast because of the pressure in his face, but could have been a little bit. I think just a little bit quicker to get back over his eyes to this 3-man side to recognize that either they're playing zone this side or someone screwed up and where's my check down? Like, I think he spent way too long looking to the right when if he would have been a quick head to the right, move him there, and then bam, once again, dig, check down, he would have thrown that check down. I think eyes were just slow. All right, 3 more plays. Appreciate y'all joining me here watching a little tape. Love watching some tape. Double post to deep cross. Nice job working up in the pocket. Find the completion on the deep cross route. So you're gonna get some sort of uh, flat route. So really just all these posts are alerts. You don't like it. These safeties are deep. So now where's my flat defender? Cross with the flat. Good job. Steps up. Fits into a nice little tight window. Gets a nice explosive play to get this 2-minute drive going. Fake pitch the 4 verts, same play they ran earlier up the seam for the completion. I think this time you're gonna get I think you get more of a too high safety look, I believe. Anyways, he's gonna work a backside to the field on this one. Like I said, we like the 4 verts for single high, don't necessarily love it versus too high. You do get that too high look, but remember, always look at the safety. He works this way, you got one-on-one, now to the backside. Carson sees it, gets off of it, and look at the timing. Bam, that ball's coming out. Really nice job. Really nice job. So let's watch that from the start. Saying safety goes, 2 high safeties. Safety goes to the 3-man side. You got one-on-one backside. He gets there, throws it. Beautiful throw. Great anticipation. Perfect ball. All right, let's just get to the last play if I can. See if I can squeeze up. I got to move some stuff around, but the last play I want to show real quick. Really, this is interesting from a protection standpoint. So they're going to present a double A mug. So let's just get to the back view. Because I think Carson feels like he is going to be hot, but it's actually picked up. So we talk about this a lot. All right. So they're presenting this double A look. So linebacker, linebacker. The offensive line is going to go Mike. They're actually going to Mike to our left, but to the offensive line's right. So they're going to go Mike right. So the offensive line's in charge of 3 of the 4 most dangerous guys to that side of the field. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to take the most dangerous. Backside, these guys, 1, 2, are going to take the most dangerous, and really not even because they got running back and protection. So running back should be on 34. You got him. You got him. So really, I'm hot as a quarterback if all 4 of these guys come, but if one drops out, I should be picked up. So once again, you have, you know, 1, 2, 3 offensive linemen for 4 defenders, and then backside you'll have 1, 2 offensive linemen plus running back that takes care of these 3. So I'm not worried about this side of the field. I'm worried about my front side. He drops out, center does a good job, so now he's gonna push off, he's gonna go. So you're picked up. You have 3 for 3. We're good to go. I just would have loved this tackle to set more out quicker, 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 quicker. I think if he sets quicker to the outside, Carson's not gonna feel this speed off the edge, but he should be protected here. Carson thinks he's hot. He's trying to throw this guy right now because he feels 27 coming off. Ball gets tipped, and a hell of another just incredible interception for the Cardinals. But, I said this is a mixture of offensive tackle, get out there. I think Carson doesn't throw this football, or obviously doesn't get tipped. And this is a little bit of offensive line plus him and just a good blitz and a good play defensively. So overall, I thought there was a lot of great stuff. Obviously, the interceptions, some bad decisions. I think the lack of running game was a little bit surprising. Louisville won the lines of scrimmage, but I still think Miami's a great football team. I think they can win a championship, but you can't throw 4 or 5 interceptions. In your home turf, and expect to win against a quality team like Louisville. So, tough game, but hey, everything's still in front of Miami going forward. Appreciate y'all watching, and we'll have many more of these coming out.